there, welcome. This is a short video to help you with lower back pain. So we're going to talk about and actually get on and do some exercises as well. If you're struggling with lower back pain, let me see and let's hope these exercises can help you out. Send me messages, comment below and see if there's anything more I can do to help you out. But let's see if we can get going. Okay, so to start with, we want to focus on what's the best position for our posture to be in. Is there anything we're doing habitually that might be contributing to our lower back pain other than something we've had from an injury? Perhaps we've had an injury that's caused our lower back pain. Perhaps we have excessive weight that might be contributing to wear and tear in our back. Perhaps it's our job that limits, or it's habitual movements that we perform in our job or our lifestyle. So thinking about those, there's often a lot of that affects our posture. So what would be the best possible posture with least amount of stress on our spine for us to get about and perform our normal life without causing problems? So these are what we call the 5 pillars of postural alignment. Thinking about your feet, so we start from the bottom, the feet, the knees, the pelvis, the shoulders, and then the head. Feet. Is 1 foot stepped out wider? Are you swinging your hips out as your head turned over to the side? So we start with our feet, and they're about hip socket width apart, so not too wide, but everybody has their natural variation of posture when they're standing with their feet. So more or less feet parallel, maybe a slight turn out, hip socket width apart. Knees. Make sure the knees aren't knocking in. Just notice that about you. What is it you do? Do you stand with 1 foot excessively turned out and the knee rolling in? That's maybe why we've got knee pain, that's another thing. So stand with your feet parallel, hip socket width apart, your kneecaps facing forward, and then the pelvis. Pelvis needs to be vertical. Okay, so you're standing, I've done a previous video and talked in depth about the pelvic alignment. So making sure more or less the pelvis is sat upright, not tipped forward, it's not slumped underneath, okay? So you're lengthening up through the front of the hip and the groin area. Then it can help you carry your rib cage higher if you just start to reach up with your arms. So lengthen up through your arms and feel a nice long stretch through the body, not overly swaying the lower back. So once you've lifted your arms up, you might need them further forwards there and then lower them down. Still with your feet grounded, evenly separated the feet, hip socket width apart. Kneecaps facing forward, pelvis level, shoulders. Not more forward, not more back, not more twisted forward. Now just notice, what is it you do? Okay, so you want to have more or less the palm of your hands facing the side of your legs. Okay, so perhaps if they're forward over the front and side, that would be indicating the shoulders are more rounded and forward, and then you start to slump forward, putting more strain on the back there. So arms rolling slightly back maybe, so we're engaging those upper back muscles, which is why we will be introducing upper back strengthening exercises to help relieve your lower back. Okay, so they're all postural muscles we need to work on. Palms turn to face the side of your thighs there, open through the chest, open through your upper back, and the head is centered here. So make sure your head isn't jutting forward. Bring the chin into a tucked in position. Probably feels a bit odd to start with. Okay, so from here, standing up, you should feel like you're stacked on top here. Okay, so we're going to lift up the arms, inhaling and lowering and exhaling. Just repeat that again. And this is just giving your body a good stretch out here. And then releasing down. And then let's just circle around with our arms. So we want to start to loosen up our body as well as create stability and strength. So some parts when we've got aches and pains, our body just goes into protective mode and wants to just tighten everything up, doesn't it? Now bend your legs and bring your arms forward to round your upper back, and then lift your chest without pushing your tummy forward. Just lift up so you open up your upper back. So again, rounding your back and opening your chest. Rounding a little, so we have a curved spine, a little bit, just mildly, and opening out. One more time, rounding, and then opening. Okay, well done. And then standing nice and tall. This may help if you bring your feet close together and not moving your feet, your knees or your pelvis. Twist a little either side. Okay? So this is to get the upper back moving and mobile. Okay, just do that a few times. You might want to try that about 10 times. Okay, now I like this variation. If you take your feet apart a little bit, kind of like it's sat on a horse's saddle, and start to move your arms above your head. What we're trying to do here is move your upper back. Keep your pelvis and your lower back still. And start to kind of like lasso. You can hold on however you like, interlink the fingers. I'm folding my arms above my head, holding onto the elbows more or less. Start small. So remember, not moving, not hula hooping, just moving your arms around your head. So you start small, you'll feel it's just your arms moving. Get bigger, and you'll start to feel your rib cage move. Okay, so we're moving it forward, side, slight back. And we'll reverse that. I'll start small. So remember, a little bit, keep the pelvis nice and still, and then get a little bit bigger. Okay, getting a little bit bigger. Okay, well done. And then rest and release out there. That might be quite tiring, and that's just to move and mobilise your upper back and get quite stiff and still there. Good. Okay, we're going to just from here, bend your legs, roll down halfway, just to the knee, and aside, and roll back up again. I'll turn sideways, rolling down halfway, and then releasing up. This is your lower back particularly, but really good for, all of these exercises are good for your lower back, but very good for all of us to do. Rolling down, and then releasing up. Then stay in the down position, and then feel like you're sticking your bottom out. And this is more or less a natural alignment of the spine. Some of you might find this really nice and releasing, quite a nice position to come into. Just lengthening, and lengthen from the front by the pubic bone to the throat, as well as from the base of the spine towards the base of the skull. Okay, from there lengthen, now lift your head and your chest up, and then release. Lift your head and chest up. So you might feel like you're in a mild back bend here. Okay, so when you come up, you're in a mild back bend. I'm not exaggerating this lumbar curve, I'm not collapsing there. I'm merely lifting a bit more in my upper back. Then go between the two, where you tuck under with pelvis, you lower your head through, and then extend away. One more time slow. These are all just done very mildly and gently. Everybody's unique, so take today, how you're feeling today as the first time you've ever done this. So you may have done this before, but every day is a new day, especially when you've got a sore back. Well done. We're going to slowly come up to standing, peeling up. That's the support you need from the core and the tongue muscles when you do those sort of movements there. Okay, now you can do this next exercise standing or kneeling down. So I'm going to get you to stay standing. You can use the wall to help you. And this is just to stretch through the groin area. Not take too deep a step back. Stepping back with one foot, not as far, so I could step a long way back. I'm going to step in maybe 3/4 of how far I can. Then tuck under with the pelvis. This will give you a groin stretch here. This is important. Okay, bend a little at the knee, at both knees, and then you can hold onto the wall for balance there. Take your feet a bit apart, if you feel a bit wobbly. That's going to give you the groin stretch that we need here. So why is this important? Stretching this muscle here, psoas, is important because when that is tight, we'll change legs now. When that muscle is tight, it pulls the pelvis forward. So you keep stretching, it pulls the pelvis forward. So if these muscles here are tight, it pulls you forward. So when you allow them to lengthen out, it allows the pelvis to come into its more natural position. So be careful of that. So we're tucking under with the pelvis, feeling that stretch through the groin area. That should be really good, a nice feeling there. Okay, just stretch through the front of your thighs now. So this is stretching the front of the legs here. And I want you to feel, as you're doing this, you're not letting your bottom stick out as you do that. So pushing your hips forward. This is continuing with the lengthening through the front of the legs. So we probably all need a bit of a general stretch through everything and tone through everything. And you'll find probably some things you'll feel are excessively tight, and some things you might get to notice are a little bit on the weak side. And this is what we're trying to do, create balance in the body. Okay? There we go. Well done. Okay, we're going to come down onto all fours now. So that's your body warmed up and loosened up. Carefully come down. You might need to use a chair as you do this. So coming onto all fours, we're trying to lengthen our spine in natural alignment here. So as you're lengthened away, looking down at the gap in between your hands. Hands are underneath the armpits and the knees are underneath each hip socket. Just stay there nicely lengthening. Make sure the lower back isn't sagging or over hunching up. And if we can start just lengthening the spine here. And how do you lengthen more? Well, try lifting one arm up a little bit more and give you that sensation to lengthen forwards more. Same thing on the other side, lengthen a little bit more on that side, then replace the hand out. Staying still with your back, pull the tummy muscles in without pushing the back up. And then relax. And you'll feel how this hammock muscle, okay, works more, and then relaxes. Pull it in mildly, as well as the pelvic floor lift. So try and squeeze through the pelvic floor muscles, like you're stopping yourself hanging away. Pulling up. Now we're going to reach forward with one arm, and keeping the body still, can you lift the opposite leg? So if you look at the alignment here, I'm trying to achieve back leg long, and the heel in alignment with the hip socket, and then the opposite arm reaching forward, with a hand in alignment with the armpit. Release down. So I just paused you there for about 10 seconds. Try it from the other side. And I want you just to feel this. You want to try and create nice level pelvis, nice level shoulders, but it's okay that that leg be lower and that arm be lower as well, and perhaps wider to the side. And then return and relax. Then you do 10 of those. I've lift up and inhale, lower it down and exhale. Raising the tummy, lengthening the spine. Keep doing this, trying to relax the shoulders as you do this. And we're looking to keep still through our back the whole time. Okay, so you might go slower than this. I'm trying to go up as I inhale, down as I exhale. Up as I inhale, down as I exhale. Just go a bit more like that. And one more like that. And that's called swimming on all fours. So well done for that. Okay, I'm going to come onto the side. Coming onto the side of your arm, forearm there. Lift up your top arm. Lift your hip up. And we're just going to pause this here. What we're trying to do is create stability on the underside here. So all aspects of the spine, we're trying to create stability, okay, and strength. So as you stay here, we're stacking the shoulder above your elbow. The pelvis is vertical there, so you're not rolling forward or backwards, and you're not over hitched up or drop down. Okay, and release and relax. Well done. Let's do this on the other side. So this is where you're strengthening, like all the facets, all the edges of the muscle around your spine. So this is to do with core strengthening and core stability. Lengthen your spine as you hold you've got your hip off the floor, pushing away from that bottom forearm there, lengthening through the spine, and you should feel that is working these muscles on the side, your obliques. Okay? Just to stabilize all the muscles on the underside, on this bottom side here. The shoulder, that latissimus dorsi, the armpit area here, down the waistline, bottom hip engaging as well, and release and relax. Good work. Come down and lay on your back now. But start on the floor doing a bridge. As you come onto the floor, get yourself nice and comfortable, press your feet to the mat and begin to lift up with your bottom, not forcing how high you come up. Just get a nice feeling that you're lengthening through the body, and then roll your body back down again. I think most people really enjoy these ones. They're really nice. That's what it is. Rolling up and rolling down. So when you first start, you press your feet to the mat, mild tuck under with the pelvis. It kind of happens naturally, automatically. Your body just does that. You're flattening off your lower back a little bit, coming up, pressing through here. Now, what tends to happen, maybe wrongly for people when they get up here, is they just push up through their lower back and then they let their bottom go. It's not so much that you want to feel you're really squeezing your bottom muscles. You want to feel that you're lengthening through the front of your hips. So if I let my bottom sink down, but I still intend to go up, I'm actually going to pause. I can feel my back muscles working. It's not a bad thing, but I want them to work without causing compression. So I want to feel, maybe I have to tuck under with the pelvis is what I'm really getting at. Tuck under with the pelvis, slink and roll your body down. So there you go, that's a few bridge rolls, we call those. Lay onto one side, and we're going to go back to that core balance, core stability, core strengthening. As you come onto your side, you might need your top hand down, you might need your bottom leg bent to help you be more stable. So once you get both legs stretched out, you might be really, really wobbly. So you can bend your bottom leg, use your top hand to help you stabilise. Lengthening out your top leg, you can bend your bottom arm to give you support, stacking the spine in this like lengthened position on your side. If you can, straighten out your bottom leg, maybe even hover that bottom leg. Hopefully you can see that, the bottom leg is lengthening and hovering. Then, to challenge yourself further, we're bracing here. This should be a natural instinctive response from your core to brace more when you challenge and feel like you're wobbling and you're going off balance. It's exactly what we want to do. I want to create a challenge for your core muscles to work. So we want them to work a little bit harder, but whilst you're maintaining good form, good alignment. So we're long in the waistlines, front, side and back. Okay? That's it, and you hold that there. Is that going okay for you? If not, you put your top hand down. Maybe you're needing to balance with your top hand. Now lift and lower your top leg. Now as you lift and lower your top leg, try not to move your pelvis. So as you lift and lower, I'm deliberately doing it wrong now. Don't move your pelvis. Stay very still as you lift and lower. I'm going to move my arm out of the way so you can see. So you're lengthening and lowering, lifting and lowering your top leg. Then I'm going to use my top hand on the floor and we could circle. So I did say 10 lifts and lowers and then I would do 10 of these. Okay, so this is all to tone the outside hip and buttock areas. Why is this good? Why is this necessary for lower back pain? Well, it's all to help you. I'm going the other way now. All to help strengthen the muscles that support the pelvis. Remember at the very beginning I said that to keep the pelvis in level position can help your lower back pain. Well, how does it just stay there magically? Well done, you've finished on that one. Well done, release and relax. Whilst we're here on this side, bring yourself back up onto your forearm. Lift up your top arm, push away from your bottom shoulder, and lift and lower. So this is now more strengthening. So we held it before, that was stability, and now we're doing a little bit more strengthening. So I'm up, and I'm contracting underneath, and pulling in the front. Again, these things are happening instinctively. Like, how do I get up? Well, okay, I'm instructing from my mental kind of like cognitive. I'm thinking about this. I'm thinking I'm going to push into my forearm. I'm going to press into the outside of my thigh and get up. You've got to get that bottom hip up. 3 more of these. 2 more of these. 1 more. Well done. And let's all swing around to your other side. Come onto your side. Lay down onto your side and we'll repeat the side balance. So just in terms of a postural alignment, this is just very similar to when you stood up at the very beginning and we went through a postural check there. Doing the same thing here. Feet, knees, pelvis, shoulder, head alignment, perfectly stacking it, but now in this horizontal plane here, the horizontal plane. Really good for this. Make sure this top hip is either hitched up or pushing and dropping away, just for now. Okay, from here, again, you can bend your bottom leg, support yourself by having your top hand there to help you balance. But if you can, lengthen both legs. Okay, hold it there, then lift and lower your top leg. Okay, so I'm running through this whole lower back pain series of exercises with you today. And hopefully this will really help you out. And you can replay this and keep doing this every single day, okay? So these things are all great. Shouldn't cause any problems, and then it's a nice overall gentle sequence of exercises, mobilizing and strengthening. Circle around 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Remember you can bend that bottom leg. Let's go around the other way. So that's less stressing on your back when your lower leg is bent and forward, and also supporting with your top hand there on the foot. Absolutely fine. You do what you need to do. Brace the tummy in, then we'll try and keep nice and still. There you go, there's your 10 in both directions. I'm sure you'll feel that all in the side of the hips there, okay? Well, bring yourself up onto your forearm. So we're up, back up to the sides, the lateral stabilizing muscles here for the spine. Lifting your other arm up, and then lift and lower. So I'm saying 10, you could do more. You could challenge yourself with straighter legs, so that would be more of a challenge. There's always ways of simplifying it or advancing it, okay? So I could be holding a weight in my hand, maybe even with my legs bent, I could hold a weight in my hand, make it harder for me to push up there, not very much more, but anyway, lots of variations. 2 more. One more. Good. Well done. Release and relax. Okay, you're going to lay onto your back now. Come down onto your back. Take your arms out wide to the side. Keep the knees and ankles squeezing together. Could be useful to use a ball. I'm just going to reach for one piece of equipment or two that I've got here. So you could use a small little weighted ball, pop that between the knees, or one of these balls that's just filled with air, pop that between those knees, or a small cushion. That would be a good idea. It just stops the legs from twisting away from each other. So you keep them sandwiching together. Arms out wide to the side. Rock the knees to one side. Stabilise, keeping the opposite shoulder down, and then into the centre. As your knees go over to one side, the top foot now is off the floor. So you'll see that when I do this way. So when I go over to this side, my top foot has lifted off there. Raise the tummy in, relax the shoulders down. Okay, one more time, either side. There's lots of variations of this. And should we do some of them? So that's stabilising here, moving there. How about we keep this part still, we move this bit. So I fold my arms across my chest and rock my upper body. You might feel like you want to lift your head, shoulders up for this one as well. But rocking, but now we'll try to keep the pelvis still. Okay, you'll definitely feel that into the tummy area as well. So rocking across. Okay, there you go. That's the upper body rotating, lower body pelvis still. Okay, then there's the other one where you do both of them. So this is the third variation. I take my knees to one side, my upper body to the other, including my head. Do this one more gentle, okay, with control. So this is dealing with the tolerances and the strength we can have in our back, okay? Because life is quite complicated for our movements, isn't it? It's not linear. It's not like you're going into the gym and you push your shoulders above your head and you've got perfect angled body. It's not like that, is it? Life is like twisting, turning, bending, reaching, complex movements, never isolated. Well done. And release and relax now. Just going to remove the ball. Okay, so often you're told if you've got lower back pain, you need to strengthen your core. Okay, so there's lots and lots and lots of exercises for your core, and I'll be posting lots of those as well for the abdominal region, but I've given you a whole general exercise plan here for your lower back pain, just to be more general. So here we go, concentrating on lengthening the spine. I've reached the arms back behind you, hollow away the tummy, and then lower them back down. You're prepared now. Keep your body nice and still, and you could just do a leg slide. This is where you know the pelvis is still, you know your tummy is flat down, you know your back is still. You could be just in a natural alignment of your lower back. You're not pushing down, not letting it overly up. You're staying still with your body. Try not to let your pelvis move, your shoulders move as you slide away, alternating legs. So that's nice, isn't it? We can add on the opposite arm, moving with that as well. And this is just an upturned version of the swimming balls that you did right at the beginning. Okay, just do one more of those. Bracing the tummy. Okay, so that's good. And just relax. And then when you relax, you know you were definitely doing that. Holding it still in the middle, lengthen the spine, hollow the tummy, lift up one leg, then push and pull that leg. And this leg is moving away at a degree of extension that you know you're still stable through your lower back. You're not moving, you're not shifting out of alignment there, and your tummy, you're bracing down to prepare for that stressful place there. Okay, so as you lower the leg and send it further away, that becomes more challenging. Just going to do one more of those. Okay, so again, we'll do about 10 of these, 10 to 15. Will be fine. Same thing on the other side. You can breathe in, out, breathe out, return, or the other way around. Magic particularly for this one. You're pushing the leg away. Can you see how I'm flexing the foot as well? You might have tight calves. Why not get a bit of extra work in here? Opening up the back of the knee is really nice as well. So you're opening up the back of the knee by that full extension of the leg out. Sending the leg higher is easier. Okay? Last two of those, sending the leg up higher, easier. Sending the leg lower, final one, is harder. Well done. And lower the foot down. Brace the tummy muscles, lengthen the spine, breathing in back, breathing out, mildly curling up, Breathing in, return down. Breathing out, coming up. Breathing in, down. Try, if you need your hands to support the head, don't look down through between the groin and the thighs. Look higher up at an angle. So you want that gaze to be, say, at the top of the, in the roof line there. Okay, so in the seam of the wall and the ceiling, more or less. Okay, up by the coping, that's the word I was looking for. Squeeze the tummy in tight, breathing out, up, raise the tummy as you come in. There you go, so that's just a little introduction, and I'll leave that one up to you. You can do more or less of those. There's lots everybody knows of the classic sit-up carving. I just want to give you some introduction to lots of exercises. Then coming on to your front. And just if you start with your forearms underneath your armpits, and we're just holding a stretch here. This is going to feel like a back bend, a mild back bend. This might not feel like a mild back bend, it might feel like quite a big back bend. So I've walked my arms further forward so I have a much shallower lift of my head and shoulders up. So pausing that there should be a good feeling. Okay, so that's good. Then come down onto your front and bring the hands to the side of your head. Start with your legs stretching away and keep the pelvis down, so keeping the pubic bone area particularly down. Bend them forwards towards crown head and lift your head up. Keep your elbows down, relax your shoulders, and then return down. Breathing in as you lift up, breathing out as you come down. Not worrying how high you come, but with every lift, your focus is to lengthen forward. Okay, so worrying not how high you lift, but that you are lengthening as you lift. So this is called the swan preparation. You can do this more advanced. I quite like this one because it really is nice at activating your upper back muscles with my arms down long beside my body, pressing onto the floor or perhaps hovering. So when you feel you progressing with strength and you can tolerate this, lift and lower your upper body with your hands hovering off the floor. So keeping them here is slightly easier and deloads the spine more. There is slightly more challenging, which is what we want to do, challenge our body, our muscles positively, and there would be more advanced. Make sure you're not swaying your back as you come up, you're keeping your pelvis nice and still. I'm just going to do one more of those. Now, you've probably seen a bigger back bend as being really good for your back, but I want you just to be cautious. If you do attempt the bigger back bend, you do it not through force, you just do it exploratively. So if you start here with your hand here, we've already done that as preparation. Come up a little bit more, you might feel is good for you. Further forward, and then releasing down. So that's called a swan dive. In Pilates, you lengthening up and releasing down. Okay, we're going to finish there. Come up onto all fours. Take your time how you get there. And not immediately going into the opposite. You probably want to go straight away there. I would just say pause in the middle, just have your spine lengthening, your back muscles are working, you'll feel this now. Okay, I'm going to just rotate through the spine, keep the pelvis still, weaving one arm through, and then come back up. Pass the arm through. Try to keep the pelvis still as you do this. This is really good. To release your upper back. If your upper back gets stiff, then your lower back has to do more of the work. Okay, then maybe bring one hand to the side of the hip and look back and open it like that. And the same thing on the other side, look back over the hip and open it. Do that again on the other side, looking back. If any of these exercises have not been right for you, that's okay. Sometimes it is technique, but sometimes it's just certain things are not right for you. Just finishing off, the reverse of how we came down. Remember we did a standing groin stretch. We could do it kneeling as well. If you don't like to kneel, it's not a problem. If it's difficult for you to do, you can return to the standing version. I've now lifted up my arms, tuck under the pelvis. I'm even doing a slight back bend as I do this. Okay, I'm going to spin around and do the other side. You can do that however you like. One step forward, lifting up the chest, tucking under the pelvis, make sure it's not sticking out, tucking under. And release and relax. Now, we're going to come up to standing. How are you going to do that? Have you got a chair nearby to help you? You use your hands on the thigh, you need your hands on the floor. I'd say tuck the toe under your back leg. You might need to use your hands on your front thigh. Push it up and step up, however feels right for you. Thank you very much for joining me today. I hope that has been of help to you. Focus on your postural alignment, work on your core from all angles, and that's what you've done today. You've worked on it standing in a mild way, kneeling on all fours, laying on your back, on your side, and onto your front. Thank you all very much. Take care.